And then, Zygarde. That's me, and you might be wondering how I got into this situation. Well, to tell that story and to explain why this shiny Zygarde was such a fortunate accident, I need to back up a bit, all the way to December 28th, 2024. That was the day I finalized my plans for what I wanted to work on in 2025 by creating my shiny Pokemon bingo card. It's nothing fancy really. For me, it's just a way to list out, organize, and gamify every shiny I want to catch this year. But if you're paying close attention to the board, you might notice something. Zygarde is not on there. So why did I completely ignore my plans for the first month of 2025 and decide to take on one of the most notoriously difficult shiny legendary hunts ever? Well, for that, I have this guy to thank. Or blame. Blue Vector, who hosted Does Second Da Weekend. If you're unfamiliar with the event, it's a community celebration where shiny hunters spend an entire weekend shiny hunting in the max lair of Sword and Shield's Crown Tundra DLC. The big appeal of Dynamax Adventures, the duh part of Da Weekend, is the chance to hunt one of 38 different legendary Pokemon or 9 Ultra Beasts, all with pretty crazy shiny odds of 1 in 100 when you use the shiny charm. For some of those Pokemon, particularly Zygarde, this is the only way to shiny hunt them right now. So because I'm on a quest to get every shiny legendary Pokemon, because this event was announced kind of as a surprise, and because I wanted to tackle the hardest DA first, I figured why not bite the bullet and take this challenge on. And I say bite the bullet because, well, this is one of my least favorite ways to shiny hunt. Yes, the odds are fantastic, but each run can take forever. If you're really flying through them, you might be able to finish a run in 20 minutes, but some take much longer. For context, I streamed for 10 hours this weekend and only managed to finish 14 runs. It does include potty and food breaks, but we're still averaging 43 minutes per run here. That's not a very good pace, especially when I've seen people do hundreds of runs just to get their shiny. Someone in my chat said they did 500 DAs to get Rayquaza, and I don't even know how that maths out. That's gotta take forever. It gets worse too. Because of the raid's difficulty, we didn't even beat Zygarde in all the runs. I shouldn't complain too much though. You do have the opportunity to get other shinies along the way, and I actually managed to get a bonus shiny on my journey. Someone got a shiny for that pain.
Someone got a... Any luck?
Someone got a shiny for that pain.
No, I did not.
Oh!
You got one?
All in all though, DAs are just a super slow process for me, and it's got a lot of risk in my opinion. If I could, I prefer to do soft resets or hunt outbreaks, but we don't really have that option for Zygarde. On the bright side, Weekend is a community event. You get to do it with friends, and that makes a huge difference. Even if it's not the most efficient method, it's still a ton of fun just hanging out and talking the whole time. I think the best way to tell the story of how I got Zygarde is to walk you through the final run, the one where shiny Zygarde finally appeared. Along the way, I'll explain why this hunt is so difficult and why I had no business getting this shiny as soon as I did. I ran this final raid with my fellow Poketuber and streamer friends, Kuro and Chugga, as well as Ronan from my chat who filled in our 4th spot. By the way, special thanks to everyone that helped. Go subscribe to them on YouTube and follow them on Twitch. You should subscribe to my channel too if you made it this far into the video. I also wanted to thank Nick, who helped me with some of my earlier runs. This man hard carried me. He taught me a lot of strategies specific to getting Zygarde, but also provided some notes that I could use as a quick reference guide. Back to the run, I believe 3 things make this raid so difficult, and the first is simply how DAs work. Your group only gets 3 lives, and the battle will automatically end when those are exhausted. To make matters worse, even if you manage to stay alive and don't run out of lives, the battle will automatically end after 10 turns if Zygarde is still standing. Therefore, every decision matters. What Pokemon you pick, your Pokemon's moves, and even the route you take to get to Zygarde is important. Therefore, the first decision we must make as a group is what Pokemon do we start with? Generally speaking, because Zygarde is a ground and dragon type, you want to get Pokemon with fairy or ice type moves. The latter is the best because of the 4 times damage. You do have to draft a team though, you can't just bring in whatever you want, and our first pick was okay. I got a Wigglytuff, which had a solid fairy type attack, but the rest of our options were honestly trash. Chugga chose Persian, which at the very least knew a fairy type move, but the remaining picks did not have any fairy or ice type moves. Ronan, or Jeff as he was named in game, settled on Sarina, and Kuro nabbed a Rhydon. Things were not off to a really good start, and we felt pretty grim about our chances based on these picks, so our only hope was to find better Pokemon along the path to Zygarde. Luckily, after drafting your first Pokemon, you get a few seconds to glimpse at what Pokemon lie ahead of you, so you can kind of decide the best path forward. We ended up going down the left path, mainly because of the Ice and Fairy type Pokemon we saw in that direction. This could help us in the final fight, but we must win our first fight first before we get there, against Gastrodon. This Pokemon wasn't too much of a problem though. Because Sarina has some grass type moves, we made pretty quick work of that slug. Chugga decided to swap Pokemon here, and we moved on to the Pokemon we actually wanted to put on our team. Something funny but embarrassing happened to me next though. Periodically in DAs, you encounter backpackers who offer held items for your Pokemon to aid you in your battles. You have about 20 or so seconds to pick what you want, but at this point I decided that'd be great to go AFK. Long story short, I completely missed nabbing the item. Sometimes these items help, but other times they're kind of irrelevant. In the words of Kuro, we got stupid seeds, so I don't think this mistake made any difference in the long run. The funny part to me though is that I actually believed during the run that I picked an item when I clearly missed it. I had to step away for like 2 seconds. Did I miss anything?
No, it gave us seeds.
Seeds.
Stupid seeds.
I think I took the focus band. I didn't know what else to take.
Fair enough.
Back to the raid though, our next fight was against Mr. Mime. This was a fantastic Pokemon. Not only does it have the all-powerful Ice-type move, but it also knows Reflect and Light Screen to help us with defenses for the coming fight. The battle itself wasn't too much trouble, we took it down pretty quickly, and Kuro snagged the Mime before we faced our last Pokemon before Zygarde, Alcremie. Not only is this Pokemon a fairy type, but it also knows the move Decorate, which, if we play it right, could buff Mr. Mime's ice attacks to do some insane damage on Zygarde. As for the battle, we handily defeated Alcremie, and Chugga swapped his slug for the birthday cake. From here, we actually had a team. This run started off pretty bad, but through sheer random luck, we managed to craft a team and a strategy to give ourselves a chance to beat Zygarde. We had so much more confidence than we did at the beginning of this run, but all that kind of changed in a heartbeat. These Zygarde battles can be unforgiving, so let me explain the second reason this fight is so brutal. Zygarde's moves. 2 of them are relatively tame. They'll still hurt, don't get me wrong, but you would be ecstatic to see Zygarde use them. The scary ones are its signature moves, Land's Wrath and Thousand Arrows. Both of these are strong area attacks that will hit your entire party. You could easily lose all 3 of your lives in one turn and fail to run with the wrong team. In our battle, even though we managed to have a game plan, get lucky with some picks, the first turn of our fight went horribly wrong. Zygarde immediately used Thousand Arrows and did massive damage to our entire squad. To add insult to injury, Mr. Mime's Icy Wind missed, and my Wigglytuff Sweet Kiss missed as well. The only thing we had to show for that first turn was a small amount of damage from Sarina's Drop Kick that also happened to lower Zygarde's attack. This was a nice bonus, but with everyone's health disappearing so quickly, things did not look promising. Especially when, on turn 2, Zygarde used Max Quake to obliterate Alcremie. I'm not gonna lie, morale was at an all-time low here. So bad, in fact, that we were calling this run a failure.
Damn, yeah, this path is a... Next path. Next path.
I think we need Wide Guard.
07.
The thing is, though, we were sneakily setting up our team to win this. We just didn't realize it yet. Before Alcremie died, it used Decorate on Mr. Mime, and our ace finally started hitting some Icy Winds in future turns. Not only did the boosted attack do serious damage, but also slowed down Zygarde. Sarina was still around too, and it kept landing Drop Kicks over and over to consistently lower Zygarde's attack. The icing on the cake, unintended, was that because Alcremie was dead, Chugga could shear and heal our entire team to full health. By the way, that never happens. Usually you only get a little health from these cheers, but we managed to actually get a fantastic heal here. We somehow managed to turn this fight around in our favor in just a couple turns. All that was left to do was have Mr. Mime Dynamax and use Max Hailstorm to decimate Zygarde and pretty much finish this fight. Unfortunately for us though, we have more work to do. We weren't able to finish the job like we hoped, which gives me an excellent opportunity to explain the third and final reason why I think Zygarde is such a difficult BA. We got ourselves a second phase to this boss fight. After Zygarde drops below 50% health, its power construct ability kicks in, it changes forms, and it gains some stat boosts. The biggest of these is its health buff, which took its health from the red to about half. The buffs themselves are no joke, but the scariest thing, in my opinion, is that the buffed health prolongs this battle. If you aren't prepared for it, you could easily get wiped out by Zygarde's signature moves in these extra turns or get kicked out because you can't do enough damage. In our case, though, we were so set up there's no point dramatizing this. Yeah, the phase change is annoying, but for us, Zygarde's attacks did nothing because Sarina lowered its attack so much. And we could do way more than enough damage with our buffed Mr. Mime and the other fairy-type Pokemon we had. Against all odds, really, we managed to win at the end of the day, and that was really exciting. I've watched this replay a bunch of times, and it's crazy to me how we gave up so many times just to end up winning in the end. I suppose that's a good lesson. Don't give up before the game is over and the result has been determined. That applies to like ranked games online or even something in your life. If you stick with it and try your hardest to the end, you have the potential to change the outcome or have a positive experience after the fact. And I can vouch for that because the result of my journey was pretty awesome. We all know what happened at the end of this run, so run the clip. Alright, I'd be checking.
Nothing over here.
Nothing? Okay. Restaurant for me, Mr. Mime. Looks pretty normal to me. Alcremie, no. And then, Zygarde. Yes! Yes!
You got it? You got it? Yo!
You got Zygarde?
Yes!
Yo, what the hell, bro?
Hey, yo!
Yes!
Oh,
Oh!
my
Zygarde!
God, bro. Yo, at least
That's
someone got it, bro.
Oh,
Yo.
Hey, yo.
Oh my big W.
14 runs. 4 of them we failed.
That's insane.
And in one phase. I got one phase
That's
as well.
actually insane.
Be shaking. This is awesome. I'm
Oh.
gonna hit that save button so fast.
Yeah, hit that save, bro. Oh my god.
This is
I'm just in
amazing.
disbelief, bro.
Dub.
Everyone's getting it in like such low numbers.
Ignore the shiny Rayquaza. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then there was
Oh,
two.
overrated also needs it.
Overrated too. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's fire. Hey, that's such a good shiny too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
All right. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Yo, why you fucking lucky?
Congratulations.
Congrats. Oh my
Bro
god,
gets
bro.
to dip.
Bro gets to actually sleep at a reasonable
We
time
going to
tonight.
bed.
Oh my
It's
god.
editing time. You guys, good luck, I suppose.
Oh, man, good luck in the editing dungeon, man. Oh, that's fire.